Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're really liking the longer vlogs that I'm doing. I'm kind of trying something new. I kind of have more of a different stance on things. I'm doing less singing as Melina and more vlogs. I think it's kind of nice because I do think that Melina has a strong opinion about beauty and it's got to be shared, right? Like it's totally got to be shared. So I think it's a really fun thing. I think beauty is, as much as I talk about being good looking, as much as I talk about being attractive, and sometimes people are like, okay, you've talked about it enough, but a lot of people like that. It's a really popular topic. So, like for me, I've always wanted to see someone out there that focused on that because, and people do. I think the thing is, in my personal life, I did meet a lot of people that didn't like talking about that, or they just didn't want to, go over it as much as I did, right? Like I've had friends that were really annoyed with me because I always said the word hot or something or whatever. And but then I saw TV like Will and Grace, and they always talked about that, right? And so, Will and Grace is a perfect example of a show that spends a lot of time talking about looks and good-looking guys and all that. And I mean, for me, it was kind of nice to see, because I was always like told by many people, why do you always focus on looks? Why is it always about this? Why is it always about that? And then when you have a channel, you can focus on those things, right? Like, it's really important that you want to make sure that people that are not about looks like your channel too, of course, and you want to make sure you're offering something for them. But it's kind of nice, and some of them are like the same way. There's some people that are not good looking at all, but they date good looking. Like I think Donald Trump would probably like my channel because I look kind of like Melania Trump, right? So I mean, maybe he wouldn't, but I'm thinking maybe. Well, I don't even know what he likes. And he's kind of crazy, but yes, I mean, like maybe somebody like Donald Trump, somebody that's not like Donald Trump is not the most attractive looking man. When he was younger, yes, he was very good looking, but nowadays he's not very attractive. But I mean, if you see someone like Donald Trump, someone like him, not him necessarily, and who knows, maybe he'd like my channel too. But if you see someone like Donald Trump, and you're seeing someone that's kind of like, well, they're not necessarily attractive, but their wife is like a model, like even like Keith Richards, right? Like all the girls he's dated are models, right? And he's not very appealing. I mean he's not bad. He's not like horrible, but I mean he's not like the most good-looking guy you've ever seen. He's not like a pretty boy or anything, or even like a really masculine, vision of a guy. But I mean he's popular with pretty women, and pretty women have dated him many times, and so he's very popular with that. And so for him, maybe he likes my channel, even though he's not like the most glamorous person, and he's all about drugs and rock and roll. Maybe to him, he's like, I have a glam look that's so beautiful that he'd watch it. But I mean, I don't know what he'd watch. I don't think Keith Richards even watches TV. He probably just does drugs all day long. But I mean, who knows what he does? I can't say that for sure. But yeah. So anyway, so if you are somebody and you're dating someone glam, maybe you're not glam yourself, but you can appreciate glam. And I think the thing that's very lucky for me is that I can talk about glam all day long, and I get the support for it because glam is very popular. Maybe your friends are not as glamorous. Maybe my friends are not as glamorous sometimes, not always, but sometimes. So maybe they wouldn't like talking about it, or maybe they're like, maybe they like hearing about it, but maybe they're intimidated by me or something. That's not their fault. But you know what I mean? Like, or maybe they just are like, why are you talking about it that much? But at least in this channel, I can focus on it. And it is a popular topic. People do like it, obviously. It's pretty much what's running Hollywood. So, I mean, glamorous is glamour and beauty. Like, and then if you look at someone like Audrey Hepburn or someone like Rita Hayworth or someone like Vivian Leigh or something, those people were glamorous to the highest hilt. So, and they are what Hollywood likes. People like those people, right? Like people love those people. But when you're around a person like that and you're not necessarily like that, you're not going to be like all gung ho. But when you see them separately talking about it, you're probably going to be like more interested in it, right? Because you're like, I do like it, but not around them because they intimidate me, or everybody pays attention to them, right? So they're kind of like, well, I mean, if they talk about it with me and my other friends, maybe they'll like them better, so they don't want to talk about it, right? But I mean, which is not really a problem, really. It's not like a big deal or anything. But I mean, some people just don't, they watch it on TV, they like it on TV. Some people really don't like it, but they watch it on TV and they love to hate it, right? But I mean, glam has its place, and I think TV is a good place for it, or YouTube, or whatever you want to call it. But yes, glam is really important. And some people love glam, and they really like glam, and I think glam is the be all, end all, but they don't know how to express their glam side, so they watch someone that does. Or maybe they're intimidated. Maybe their parents taught them it's not okay to be glam, or it's not okay to be jock glam as Marco, or that type of look to have. So they're told, you can't be like that, and they're like, well, how's that fair? But they might be like stuck in that way. And I'm here to make sure if you are someone like that, that you feel good. You shouldn't feel like glam is not for you and it's for everybody else. There are some people that are so nice and their friends are glamorous and their friends look good, and they just talk to their friends about how they're good looking and all that, and they never focus on themselves, and that's not good. You should have, first of all, if your friends are like that, I mean, you can have friends like that, and if you like that, that's fine. But I mean, if you have a kind of like a very good look, and you have friends that you just want to keep around because you want to insult them. I mean, some people like that. Maybe they like being insulted. Maybe that's like a fun thing for them. Maybe they enjoy it. But I mean, what I'm thinking is like, if your friend is just there because you want to insult them, and you think that's important to you, then it's kind of like, well, sorry guys, give me 1 second. Like, yes, you want to insult someone just to feel better about yourself, and some people really do like that. Maybe they get a certain sense of satisfaction. Maybe they like being insulted. Maybe that's something they actually enjoy. Like, some people do like. There are people that are in this world that like to be insulted, and I mean, it's not as common, I think, as people that don't like to be insulted, but maybe they've always been insulted by their friends, and it's something they actually really enjoy. Like, there are people that actually enjoy that. But I mean, for me, like, I choose to have friends that I like and that I want to have around, so I don't insult my friends, because I would never insult my friends. But that's just me, right? Like, that's just the kind of person I am, right? Like, instead of insulting people, I'd rather have them around because I'm encouraging them or telling them good things. Or when I tell somebody something motivational, I want it to stick, so I don't want to give them an insult at the end or anything like that. But I mean, that's just sort of how I roll. But some people really do like, being insulted. I mean, I'm not one of those people, so I don't like being insulted. But I mean, there are people that like it, because it's fun for some people, because and some people maybe that's how they date. Maybe that's something they actually like. Because I mean, there are some submissive people that actually like to be insulted, but I mean, for the most part, I would think that most people do not want to be insulted. But I could be wrong, right? I'm not going to be. I'm not. For me, that's what I don't like. I don't like somebody giving me insults at all. Like, I hate it. I don't hate it. I mean, I'm used to it because some people are jealous, but I know they're jealous, so that's why they insult me. But so it doesn't bother me. I know they'd rather praise me, but they have a hard time around me, so that makes sense. But I mean, like, for the most part, I'm not gonna like being insulted because I'm less attractive or something like that. But that never happens for me. So for me, that's not a big concern. But some people actually like it, right? But you know what I mean. I think you know what I mean. I've talked about this enough. But yes. So I mean, when you are focused on, being, oh yeah, when you are with your friends, and I guess the reason why I'm going over this so many times is because some people like different things. So if it was me, if I was with somebody that was insulting me all the time, I would not want to hang out with them. Like, the less insults, the better. If the friend is never insulting me, then I'm gonna want to hang out with them, right? Because that's the kind of person I like to hang out with. If you like being insulted, then you're gonna hang out with people that insult you. But I mean, for the most part, I don't think that's common. But I could be wrong. But I mean, I'm thinking if you are somebody that wants to have friends, you're not gonna want to be insulted by your friends. That's just what I think. But that's because for me, that's what I like. Anyway, I've talked about that ad nauseum, probably too much. But you know what I mean. Some people really do like it. But you know what I mean. Anyway, I think I think this whole vlog is totally gone out the window. Just kidding, no. But like if you are someone that prefers to be treated like with respect and totally revered by your friends, some people don't even like that. But I mean, some people like to be revered by their friends. So if you are someone, let's say you have a friend and both of you are talking about each other in a good way and very positive, and you share positive things, and you're not insulting to each other, and you always say good things about each other, then that's cool. That's the kind of friend I like anyway. And my friends, my friends are always so good to me. I have my besties especially, but my friends always said good things about me, and I always say good things about them. It's important that I say good things about them because I like to be. And the thing too is I'm very successful. I mean, I'm not super successful or anything. I'm not famous even yet on YouTube, but I'm to the point now where I'm like, well, I do like to have friends that are very nice and say nice things about me, but I like to say nice things about them too, because for me, it's not enough to just be like, I mean, for me, some people really like this. They like being praised all day long and hate having anyone to praise themselves, or they hate having to say anything nice about anybody else. They just like to get all the praise for themselves all day long. I'm not like that. I like to give praise too. I like to say to someone, hey, you know what? You're good. You're great. You're good too. Don't worry. You're awesome. I like to do that too because I don't like to. And I think people don't like to hang out with people that are. This I could be wrong about too, but the most part, I think most people don't want to hang out with someone that's always being praised by them, and then they never say anything to them. I don't think people want to hang out with people like that because they want someone that's kind of at least selfless enough to say, you know what, like you're good too. They want to be recognized too, right? So anyway, I really hope you're enjoying the show, having a lot of fun. I'm doing a lot of vlogs tonight. I hope you guys like them. Thank you. Bye now.